just had a good day.
The whole time. And she told me.
And you already know that you're going to wait until your refund check comes in. Not you want to, you have to. Then I need you to go ahead and come up to the table and tell us tonight, and we will write that down on a list so that I don't have to hunt you down this week or next month or ever. Okay? Refund checks, come put your name on the list. Thanks.
Got you. Got me. UNA band.
2014 POD. In a nutshell, they were adaptable. That's what they did. They adapted to everything. We had so many changes with the program, from our assistant director position change, many section leaders changed, auxiliary captain changes. They were just able to adapt, and we increased in size. We had about a 5% increase in membership, which doesn't equal 5% more work. It's about 30% more work. So they were very adaptable.
There's yours. Alright, let's go sit.
Welcome to band camp. Glad to have every single one of you here. This promises to be one of the finest groups we've ever put on the field. There's some super talent coming back in leadership roles and veteran roles, and some super talent coming in as rookies, and some kids wandering around. The band has every reason to be one of the most outstanding groups that we've put on the field, and I think y'all are going to take it there. We have to take some time, first thing, to go over how we run the band and to introduce who our leadership is. This is the largest Pride of Dixie we've ever had, 238 members on the field. That includes the drum majors, the dancers, the majorettes, color guard, and all the instrumentalists. 238 people putting that production on. And then there's the staff and myself and Dr. Wiggins. Had a young man running the sound equipment. We had a couple of part-time folks who would come in and work with certain sections with percussion. Takes a little bit more detailed work with those sections. And so our total entourage that we would travel with was around 245, something like that. So it's an interesting process to watch it grow. When I came here, there were 143 members in the band, and so that's about a 70% growth of the group, about almost 100 more kids, and it's a challenge, but it's also very rewarding.
Curve when you come off. Tap. 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 Go raw. Watch the curve and come off. Here we go. Keep your heels up, ladies. Don't scuff. Watch the curve. Right. Curve. Right. Center. Gotta make sure you spread out center. Go ahead down and see if we can light them up. Otherwise, we'll have to lynch Mr. Martin. The reaction of them sitting there with their hands in their pockets. They're just cold. So you got to be more accurate, more energy all the way through. You know, I'm not going to get into production. You feel that little lull. All this is the same. This classroom.
Don't think about the volume. And don't think about the volume. You won't feel that cold.
Energy line is energy.
No, I'm not a breathing. Okay? Because you won't be after about the first 16 inspired. It's really good. I just nobody like that. Okay, you're going to do one. We're going to. Wait, are we doing it all at once?
You know, it was right here at this spot that you missed the.
We have been ready from our redemption moment for years now. 3, drop parallel. Down 2, 3, 4, in 2, 3, 4, play. Okay, everybody got it? It was practiced. Elbows together. Did you miss the ball? The ball missed me.
And now on with the show. Ladies and gentlemen, the plastic field.
took a little different approach this year. Instead of just having straight ahead jazz in the show, which is kind of the character of the Pride of Dixie, we brought in some classical themes. We used the story of Scheherazade to lay out the show, the story of 1001 Nights. And Scheherazade being the main character, the female character, which tells the story and continues the story. So we used that theme by Rimsky-Korsakov as our opener. Now we found a jazz fusion group who had done a version of that, and we kind of mapped ours off of that. So we combined the classical idiom and the classical genre with the jazz and kind of a funk genre, and came up with an opener that really sold well to the crowd. It's a little different sounding, a little bit exotic, but it really worked well.
Lethargic Candy. Here's 1 and 2.
Alright, let's toss that. And 5, and 6, and 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
You can't get the next move right if you don't get this move right, and that means always adjusting. There is a line out here, I think, that doesn't move. Who is that? Is that row 2? That does not move. 12 off. So if we can get them correct, we can just guide to them. But that means that the next row back, which will be like Hunter's line, knowing what 4 steps is, and you can nail that every time. And then going back to Austin Hoag's line right there, and Josh Whitehead's, knowing what 4 steps from them is and nailing that every time. All right, let's do it again. I've got a problem here with Hunter and Sonia, too. I mean, the camera's looking right up at y'all. It goes from Ashley to Alyssa to Kristen to Hunter to Sonia to Isaac. From where I am, it looks like Kristen, either you're not dead center. Are you dead center, Kristen? All right, check this out. Check it out. Brass, y'all realize some of you don't stay in a straight line when you back up. You move the line around when you back up. You got to stay straight. All right, that was not even clean enough to even try to fix right now. Go back and don't march where Mr. Hendricks is painting. We're fixing to practice that move. So if you're behind the lion head that Mr. Hendricks was painting, you can't practice this with you. But the rest of you can. This is the 12-8. Be everywhere at every moment. And it's no wonder more things don't go haywire. So we got to be ready for that. And these older folks will tell you, we've had freak happening. All right, let's walk it straight off. Matrix, if you'll take these tenor stands and just keep them around over.
Do you hit people with that if they don't do what they're told?
Yes, if they're spacing has badly hit them with it.
How hard?
Appropriately hard. Depends on how many times in a row you did that.
We're going to have a great crowd. You fine-tune the show to we're almost there. We're not quite there. We're in the hardest part. Just trying to get the little details worked out. Get those folks who really thought that they had peaked out, and we know they hadn't. You section leaders know we haven't. We got a line walk band today, right? So we need to designate those people, and we need to make sure we've got solid players. They're here. They're dressing at 3, and they're here under that scoreboard at 3:45. There'll be a drum major here to check. There's nothing else. Everybody else can dismiss, and we're going to figure out who we're going to pull up to the front, and then we're going. Thank you so much.
Oh, no, here. Hey, wait. I'm going to show you pressure. Ready? This is pressure.
Oh no!
Go ahead.
Ready? Hurry, Emily! It's my section, I'm sorry. They're feeling the pressure too.
All right, I'm next.
Okay.
Get out of here with that thing.
Sing it.
Sing it.
See. Do it again. What was growing in her hair?
It was a bug. It wasn't growing in my hair. It was hanging out in there.
How many bugs did she have?
Yeah, hey.
So this will be your best show ever.
Maybe. Duh. Don't roll your eyes.
Don't what?
You rolled your eyes.
I didn't. I had
Oh,
a
you
bug.
so did.
No, it was a bug.
Yeah. It has to be our best show ever because there's 5 cameras on us.
There is. It really is.
I know.
All right. So what kind of show are the majorettes going to have?
Great. Perfect one.
A what?
A perfect one.
Wow, that's kind of brave. So if it's not perfect, we get to blame you.
No. No. Yeah. He's close enough.
Do what?
I said, you've got that on camera, don't you?
Yeah. I got her saying perfect show. I'm going to put that, so there's a major tear in the show. I'm going to put that on the video first. We'll put that on YouTube, and nobody will ever talk to you again for the rest of your life.
Awesome.
You guys are like rocket scientists, right?
Yes.
Right.
You're now going to be on the Tri-Dixie ball video.
You're going to eat all that?
It's called Drops and Coffee.
So is this really your last fall?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
What?
Good enough for North Alabama.
Oh, good enough for a North Alabama.
First down. Roar!
That's magic. Wait a second. Weren't you on the video like 12 years ago?
We not only have a fantastic music program and band program, but we have the total university experience here. By that I mean you can come here from any type of community or background and get involved in leadership positions.
No, I've never seen you before in my life.
You've what?
I've never seen you before.
You would
in my
deny
life.
a brother?
Who are you? Wait a minute. You don't have to pull that card.
Weren't you on the band video like 12 years ago?
11.
Whatever. What? I want to hear it.
No, you don't. I'm just a happy person. I like
No. Come on. What? What was it? You can say it.
No, I can't.
All right. I'm not recording.
Yes, you are.
Our best show yet. The best you can do is tonight. For all those people who hadn't seen us yet before, right?
How much fun are we having?
Oh, a lot of fun.
Seriously?
Lots of fun.
So you're going to actually play 2 horns at one time, is that correct?
Yes. I'm definitely going to play 2 horns at the same time.
How do you do it?
A lot of practice.
Wow. You're my role model.
Alright.
Now, he can't actually, it looks like he's going to play 2 horns, but he actually can't, right?
Fans coming in at halftime, a special performance. First half of play with the score North Alabama 7, West Georgia 7.
The middle part of the show, again, a departure. We were looking for ways to do something different for the Pride of Dixie, to let our audience see us in a little different light. So we used some popular tunes there, one being Creep by Radiohead. It was a hit in 1992 and has been covered, one of the most covered songs there's ever been. The Color Guard had a lot of new members. There were a lot of different styles. Again, I go back to that adaptability. And we didn't even start the season with all of them on the field, but we were able to work them in, and they adapted well. And they hit their benchmarks, they hit the goals that they wanted to get to, and did a real nice job. Yeah, our majorette feature was a tune originally written by Henry Mancini for the 1963 Pink Panther movie, which was the original Inspector Clouseau movie with the Pink Panther. Really nice vehicle for the majorettes, and it changes it in the middle of the tune, so it gives them 2 sections of feature material for our majorette line. That was headed up by Ellie Couch again this year, and they really had some nice material in there. They did a nice job. Yeah, the Linettes came in. It was the largest Linette line we've ever fielded. Elizabeth Topping was back as their captain and did a marvelous job of putting all that together. And that's a big job. Their feature was the old tune written in 1924, It Had to Be You, which is a perennial big band favorite. Has been recorded a lot. We used the Harry Connick Jr. version from the movie When Harry Met Sally. Had a big ending. Really came off well, really wrapped up the production in a great way.
Tonight's show continues with a slew of popular hits featuring the Color Guard, Majorettes, and Linettes. Color Guard.
Yeah, the closer was that was a challenge. The music, of course, I'd arranged during the summer. We went back into Scheherazade material. We relied on an arrangement by Sammy Nestico. We just happened to find an old big band chart he had written on one of the themes from Scheherazade. So we used that as our introduction material to bring back in the Scheherazade idea. And we had quoted Scheherazade throughout the production as well, just to keep that intact. And then we went into Scheherazade for the closer and segued into a percussion feature. Now, the percussion book was written by Jack Albert, an alumni of the Pride of Dixie, and he did a masterful job of including other themes from Scheherazade by Rimsky-Korsakov. And then it segued into a piece which I've always wanted to put on the field and just never found a place to use it. It's entitled Paradise by the Dashboard Light by the group Meatloaf. That's one of those kind of rock theatrical groups from the late 70s. And we just used some segments from it. We didn't use the whole thing, of course. But we brought that in just to have a different flavor, a different type of song, a song that most people have heard, especially if they're as old as I am or older, they know that song. It has some great banter between the male and the female vocalist, and so we used that in our closer. Our mellophones were featured where the female voice was singing, our baritones were featured where the male voice was singing, and we featured percussion in with that. So we came out of that huge percussion feature with the rack solo into this really dynamic introduction, which was actually the female vocalist changing the pace of that song, and that's where we started our rendition. And then went into their banter back and forth, and even that right there had a big impact on the crowd. People recognized the song, and it gave them a change of pace. And then that one led to another change of pace. We segued that right into Samson and Delilah, which is really called Danse Bacchanal by the French composer Saint-Saëns. It just happened to work. So that's where we had the Lionettes come back out, and they made up a routine using some chairs, where they were able to incorporate a lot of their actual vintage dance moves. And then did a little twist, a little showbiz twist, where we finally hit a sustainable chord that had some tension to it. It was a 5-chord and a dominant feel, and let them hold that while the drum majors turned around and took pictures of the crowd.
Which is something you brought back from 15 years ago.
Oh, yeah. I did that the first year I was here with the rock opera Tommy that we closed with.
Which had racks?
Yeah, had drum racks, had cameras. Those showbiz type ideas are so valid, but you can't use them every year. You've got to just put some time in between.
So you'll use it again to see, is this 2014? So in the year 2029?
2029, we'll pull out the chairs and the racks, and I wonder if they'll still be able to get film for the Polaroid camera.
The UNA band is under the direction of Dr. Lloyd.
So the kids that had been to the BOA functions in our band, they had an experience to draw from, but we had a lot of kids who'd never been to that. They'd heard about it. So we went up there. It was incredibly cold. To get off the bus there and to feel that chill, I mean, it just cuts through you. It's a different type of cold up there than it is here. But they really got themselves prepared for that show. And they had 20,000 people. UNA performs their show. They literally, the crowd was on their feet with standing ovations during the program, and then they were on their feet before the end of the show and just remained on their feet, and everybody was up applauding. I was so grateful that the students could get that reaction out of an audience that's not a hometown crowd and realize that the performance they're putting on is valid no matter where you go, and they can affect a crowd that way no matter where you are. First time we've ever had 3 drum majors. They did a masterful job. I tell you, the drum majors were staff before and after rehearsal, and drum majors during rehearsal, and sometimes staff during rehearsal. We had Ethan Lally in the center. Ethan's about to student teach. He's going to be a great music educator, a workhorse. I mean, he would just absolutely get things done and then take his time and go work with an individual. And all the drum majors would do that. Just take time and go work with a section or 2 or 3 people or just one person. We had Kella Jackson, who actually is a graduate student. Ethan and Kella, I think, are in their last year of drum majoring. And again, Kella is part of the machine that makes Bride of Dixie run, part of the engine. She does secretarial work here, so before and after rehearsal, she's staff, officially. And then during rehearsal, drum major. Does a great job, and people really respect him. And then we brought on a new drum major this year. Knowing that Kella and Ethan would be departing, we had to bring in a 3rd drum major, and so we looked around and found Kayla Flanagan, who's also the jazz band singer, who has done a remarkable job of just following and learning. She did not mind being the grunt. She understood, hey, I'm the new kid. I'm going to do a little more of the background and the grunt work and get things done. And in doing that, she learns a lot about being drum major. And so she's going to do a remarkable job next year.
What?
It is definitely, without a doubt, my last show.
No, it's not.
Oh, but it is.
Why?
I think 7 years are enough.
How
It's
many?
been a fun ride.
How many?
7 years.
That's it?
That's a long time.
It seems like yesterday you got here.
I know, it's this youthful face.
Ah.
Favorite thing about marching season.
Is
I love Lion Walk.
Lion Walk?
Yeah.
You want to do this full time?
Yeah, all the time.
For the rest of your life?
For the rest of my life, every single day.
For better, for worse?
For better, or for worse.
Richer, poorer?
Yes.
Sickness and health?
Yes.
All right.
She's so sure of herself.
By the powers vested in me as the videographer of the UNA Bands, I hereby declare that you are now married to the Lion Walk Band.
Yay. I do.
Blueberry biscuits. Whoa. Yeah. And coffee. What? Okay. But it's not here yet. So they want us to play a couple tunes here.
At least we're what?
What?
At least we're what?
Who said anything? What now?
You said you're cute puppies?
I didn't say anything like that. What did you say? We're cute puppies.
He just said cute puppies, didn't you?
You just said cute puppies. I don't know what you're talking about.
You said cute puppies.
You said cute puppies.
He did.
Victoria.
I mean,
we are now cute puppies performing for our treats. We are cute puppies performing for treats.
Are you sure they're classified as cute puppies?
No, he said he was a cute puppy.
You did not.
He
Oh my
said
gosh, you did
he
not.
said he was a cute puppy.
You're a cute puppy?
Well, I mean, if you think I'm cute, I mean, I'll take
I mean,
any day at 9 in the morning.
Okay, so this is your last game?
Yes, and you want to know what I just figured out?
Wait. After 9 years at the POD, what?
9. 8.
Whatever.
Anyway.
Yes.
So I've got the transition glasses, and we're not supposed to have this
Why?
because it makes us look too cool. But
How much
I
cooler
figured
can
out-
you look?
That's what I'm saying. I didn't think it was that big a deal, but I put my glasses right here on this brace,
Yeah.
and it's almost like it's like a natural thing, like it was made just for that. I'm so smart.
After how many years?
When in 2003,
Yeah.
and I was at the Hoover competition.
Oh yeah. I was there.
When
I saw it.
that one, and I was like, I'm gonna go to school there. And 1 degree later, working on the second one.
Wow.
I'm still here.
The 11th season done.
It's my next to last one.
Really?
You know, you should get Lacey too.
I know.
The 15th.
I know. I go way back with Lacey. I do. So this is your last year?
This is the last one.
How's it feel?
Weird.
Why?
Well, I can't remember not doing it
Yeah, when you were 3.
so long ago. Yep, I can't remember that far back.
What's your favorite show?
I told Dr. Jones the other day that I thought last year's show and this year's show were the best written shows I've ever seen. I think. I enjoyed 2008 though. That was my first year. I liked the Blues in the Night. That was good.
That was great. Good show. So who are you going to miss the most? Okay, well that's
Ethan, but don't tell.
Really?
I know.
Well, you've done a great job here.
Thank you. It's been fun. Very fun. Very hard.
Say goodbye. What was the best part?
VOA.
Really?
I agree.
Really? BOA?
VOA.
In terms of just
The crowd. The crowd was awesome. We killed it. It was awesome.
Just-
Best performance.
just the experience of it?
Yes.
So you can really feel the energy from 20-some-odd thousand people?
Yes.
Now, this is it now for you guys?
Last officially.
This is it?
Yeah.
Favorite show was? 2010?
Yep.
It's my last one.
Really?
I'm going to retire after this.
And then what?
Sell donuts.
I keep on telling you, students always say, well, when
This time of year, it's everybody's last go-round. We're all tired.
This is my last season.
This is your last.
Yeah.
Better make it a good one today then. Shoot good video. This will be the last one, and you'll remember this one.
That's true.
Yeah. You better have a good one today. But there's a lot of peripheral things going on. A lot of folks came to town just to watch y'all with the last run of this show. Got a lot of alumni here. Came to town just to watch y'all. I don't know how big a crowd we're going to have, but whatever's there, let's make sure we give them everything we've got, put on a great one, so we know that if this is the last one, it was a great one. Make sure that all these folks who are about to graduate or about to be in a part of their educational program where they can't do this anymore, make sure their last one was great, okay? Let's line it up, we'll ease on in, and then we'll wait to go to the sideline. One and two.
Championships and 3 consecutive national championships. Ladies and gentlemen,
1, 2, 1, 2.
Tau Beta Sigma again was absolutely remarkable. Avery Watts headed up that group as president this year. Just when I don't think they can get better, they do. They had a remarkable season last year with Evan Curtis running the group. And he was back in but had handed the gavel to Avery, and Avery took it and ran with it. Again, dropping by in the morning, seeing what needs to be done, making sure that they're getting everything done in the background before we get there and after we leave. They handled uniforms, they handled water, they handled food. They handled all those things about a band program that would be given to graduate assistants if we had them. Tau Beta Sigma just took it, and I think they did it better than any grad assistant ever could.
Iced out prayers, monotone, but loud. 1, 2, 3.
Iced out prayers.
Okay, here we go. 1, 2, 3.
Klaus!
Where's Klaus?
The show this afternoon is entitled Temptation and includes music from Scheherazade by Rimsky-Korsakov, as well as the music of Radiohead, Michael Bublé, Henry Mancini, and Harry Connick Jr. And now, on with the show. Ladies and gentlemen, your Pride of Dixie. Today's show continues with a string of popular hits featuring the UNA Color Guard, Majorettes, and Lionettes. The UNA Color Guard. And now, please welcome the UNA Majorettes. And now, please welcome the UNA Lionettes. The UNA Lionettes, Majorettes, and Color Guard. Ladies and gentlemen, to close today's performance, we are bringing back by popular demand the Pride of Dixie's portion for the end of our show. UNA Drumline, and along with the entire cast, is featured, and we hope you will enjoy our Temptation finale.
Yeah.
music under the direction of Dr. Lloyd Jones and Dr. Tracy Wiggins is the assistant director. The drum majors are Kella Jackson of Harley, Alabama, Ethan Lawley of Double Springs, Alabama, and Kayla Flanagan of Athens, Alabama. The head majorette is Ellie Couch of Florence, Alabama. Headlinette is Elizabeth Topping of Vinemont, Alabama. And color guard captains are Desiree Neville of Huntsville, Alabama, and Grace Ratliff of Lexington, Alabama.
All right, what else?
So we have a message for Ethan. Okay, so here it is. Gotta get our hands. That is called the count. And we can do both of these.
Do you know why Dr. Jones could do that? Because Dr. Jones.
Went to see Elvis when he was little.
Oh, you've heard this story.
I have like 10
What?
times.
I've never heard that story.
Hey.
Are you kidding me? He's never told you that
Well, I
he went
heard
to
the
see
part
Elvis.
about the whole room lights up when they took the picture.
Best experience about being a POD.
I guess. Well, I don't make friends very easily, and so like it's like a family. So,
Wait, so you actually consider these people your friends?
yes, I do. They're my family.
Not me. So in 3 minutes and 19 seconds, it'll be after that. Last time you'll play Battle Hymn.
Yeah, no, don't do it, don't do it.
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2.
Your final score,
The last time you played tag.
supporting the participants and officials in a positive manner. Profanity, derogatory comments, or other intimidating actions.
I do want to thank our administrators all the way up the ladder. Our department chair, Dr. David McCullough, has been instrumental in getting funds and making things happen behind the scenes. Then we have a new dean this year, Dr. Carmen Burkhalter, who has really hit the ground running and been very supportive. We also have a new associate dean, Dr. Chris Maynard, who has been very supportive, and we're very grateful that they are attuned to the needs of the students and of the band, and it really helps us run the organization well. And then we go up to our new Vice President of Academic Affairs, Dr. Calhoun. Again, very supportive of the band program, comes to watch the band, and really is in touch with what's going on with the students. And then our new interim president, Dr. John Thornell, who went from Academic Vice President up into the position of interim president. He made it possible for us to go to BOA. he told the other administrators, this is something we need for our university. It's a great honor. We want to make this happen. And so he single-handedly gave the pass on that and said, that's a good thing. Let's do this for the students. Let's do this for the university. There are a lot of folks behind the scenes that help us run things and are very supportive of our students and very appreciative of the hard work that the students are doing. And we always want to thank them for all their efforts, because we couldn't do it without them. It just wouldn't work.